Comment on this YouTube channel, Two Clean Johns. Whoever you are, you have been secretly dominating uploading Twitter Spaces. That guy, hit subscribe for him.
Yeah, I seen Danny came up. I think
Thank
this is
you.
the first time you've ever requested to join a Emanny stage. Peace, was good.
Nah, man, I had to join. It looked like you got. I'm nervous outside. I figured I'd join.
Was that you? Because
We
I
just
thought
had a
that was about
conversation.
somebody else. I didn't think that
I
was
don't
you
know.
that he was
I
referencing. I
Danny,
Flip has an obsession with me, man. He's more obsessed with me than
Danny,
he is with
Danny. Don't
sexy
don't don't
space.
don't
Yeah.
assume that Flip is talking about you because Flip will have no problem with saying if he was talking about you. So come,
He said a couple of things that
yeah,
indicated I think he was talking about
yeah, like
somebody else.
yeah,
And I
nah,
don't think it was you.
don't make.
Oh, wait, wait,
Go
wait,
ahead.
wait, 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 guys. I said asthma pump. I said asthma pump in the space.
Oh,
So he's talking about me. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not.
And he
I'm not
tweeted
going to say
about
you
that.
right. I'm not going to say you wrong. I'll leave it up for if Flip comes back up and he wants to acknowledge it. Then
If Flip comes back up, I'm sure he'll put that 10th grade education to use.
all right, come
I'm
on.
sure he
We
will.
can't. We can't.
Oh,
Come on.
Danny,
We not dissing Flip. First off, I'm not
there
letting.
go Flip.
Oh
I'm not letting
wow,
nobody
flip
diss
back.
Flip.
There go Flip.
Oh, he back. Where Flip at?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Danny, don't go nowhere neither. Stay right there.
I'll be right here, but don't
I'm
mute
not.
Oh,
me.
I'm not gonna mute. I'm gonna mute up.
Get that Mary Bertram.
Yo. See, you keep dissing my man. See, now, but now, if my man come up here and say drop you down, I got to just out of respect. But I really want, I want,
But I mean, I wouldn't expect you to do no
yeah.
more than that. I respect it.
Let me see what Flip want to do.
That's what that's what you told Dubs. I respect that back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
That's a callback.
I know. I picked up on it. You good? uh, all right. Oh, he not. Oh, is Flip back?
Nah,
Nah.
Flip isn't back.
I see him
He
on the
was back,
listener.
but I
I see him
It
on the
looked like
listener.
he popped back in and popped out.
All right. Well, we'll wait for Flip to come back in if he.
You know, the tunnels is crazy in New York, from what I heard.
Yeah. Um. But well,
protect your
Danny,
sandwiches.
since we have you up here, you know, you are the resident uh critiquer of the pod. What have you been feeling about the pod of recent the Joelist drops?
I like the one that came out. I didn't get to listen to the Patreon today, but I did like the Saturday one. I felt like topics were moving. I do think that there's going to be a real test when things aren't happening. Like if there was no Schultz, if there was no what is it,
Topics.
Drake, but
Yeah.
yeah, there was no topics. That's going to be the real test. But yeah, y'all found out Joe wasn't going to be there. How long before the pod? Like a day or 10 hours?
I will not share, but
I mean, they said in the group chat. They said there was a group chat. Yeah.
oh
is
yeah,
it true that Joe really wasn't sick and the nigga just didn't want to pop out and y'all just had to handle business?
I am not confirming or denying anything that is pod business.
All right. Well, I don't like how the behind the scenes footage is going, though. I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know.
You said you don't like the what footage?
The behind the scenes footage. I don't like how some people are handling that. I
Uh,
don't like it. Some people aren't playing into it. Some people are making it awkward. Some people aren't really realizing that it's also a production. Like that's the pod off the pod. You gotta also play into that as well. Come in with storylines and stuff like that.
I mean, is that surprising? I feel like anybody who you might think isn't has already made it clear that they don't really want to divulge themselves in that type of way.
Yeah, but to say it on camera is different. Like I would think you've had that discussion off camera, but to keep saying, "Oh, this is the snitch cam,"
But
this is the guy. I don't, yeah.
well, what if that's a part of the role they'll play in? Yo, it's 8 to 9 of us up there. We don't need everybody to play into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there's more than enough of us to still make it a pleasurable thing for the people who really want the ins and outs of the behind the scenes. I don't think you need everybody. Like I mean, Ice has made it very clear he ain't gonna be on there like that, giving it up to where you would hear more than what he was saying on the pod. Like
I mean, it's kind of like kayfabe,
yeah,
like
I mean, if you look at it that way, yeah.
yeah.
So,
I mean, you don't have to say it though. You could just not be on it. You could just be like, "All right, well," but to say it is different.
Nah, niggas still need to be seen. Niggas still got to get their shine. Fuck that.
Mm.
Niggas still got me. Listen, we all are figuring out this space in the best way possible to make everyone comfortable. So everybody don't have to exactly operate under the same guise. You for anything should understand that at least.
What do you mean by that?
We all don't have to do media in the same sense to be successful.
Oh, that's facts. Because I know some people say that about me, that I speak nerdy and shit like that. It's fine.
Yo,
Yeah.
is this Flip right? Is Flip here or is this Nick? Is that just the old shit? Because now I want Flip. Is he coming up? No, that's not him.
I don't see him.
I see him right there. Let me see. Invite to.
I see him. He's in the
Yeah, let me
audience. Looks
invite to
like.
speak to see if that's him. Flip, I'm staying on here just waiting for you to come back. Um,
Yo, Messi E, full effect.
nah, not Messy E. Listen. That's
Oh,
I gotta hold my squad down. I can't have Danny up here and not let Flip go at him.
oh, there you
Go at him.
go. Looks
What
like
am I
he's there.
going at him for? I was in a tunnel,
Okay,
and
okay. You didn't hear. All right, good. All right, you didn't hear nothing then. Good. All right, good.
I didn't hear.
Good.
No, why don't you reiterate it? Because I am in Brooklyn.
Well, hold on,
That's a big girl.
because I think we haven't.
I am
I,
I am in Brooklyn. So is anything about my son or my family you talking about?
Nah, Flip. It was just
Emanny?
clearing up
nope.
that you weren't referring to him
I've
about
never
the
talked about your
looking
family.
shaky.
I was talking about him
Here
100%.
we go.
I
Damn.
was talking about him 100%. My family has been seeing him in these places
I was
100%.
wrong.
We've been seeing some of his family members or women. I don't know who they're related with. We've been watching him closely. I was talking about him 100%. I stand in it. I just can't pull anything because I'm not being disrespected. His opinion is not
Somebody record the
disrespect.
space. Record the space.
His
Somebody. Too clean. Too clean. Get
yes,
on.
yes.
Allegedly,
Record it.
allegedly.
No.
Flip
There's
ain't
no
say Flip
alleged.
ain't
No,
say
it's,
Listen,
nah.
it's
Flip.
fact.
Yo,
I
hold
saw
on.
one of
Listen.
his family
let
members
Flip. Yeah,
looking
hold on,
at
hold
me.
on,
He
hold
was
on,
Let
looking
me
at
let
me
me
hold
with
on,
the
let me
lock. He was on
let me
Havemeyer.
hold
I
on.
saw
let
it.
me let me talk clearly. I need everybody to listen. If my family, my son, my mom, or anybody get disrespected because that individual, I saved Mano from putting hands on him. I don't know if he said it, but I heard he said it.
Nah.
But Mano asked me, yo, what do you want me to do right now? I said, nah, he cool, leave him alone. I saved him.
Nah.
Mano would tell you. Mano said it to Joe and them, like nigga Flip. What do you want me to do right now? So what I'm saying is that
I never
he's
talk
not,
about your
he's
family
not,
though. That's a lie.
he's not. Why is this guy? Who's this talking? I don't know who's this talking. Yo, E.
That's that that that
So
that's Danny. That's why I brought
yeah,
you
I'm
up.
not. Oh, I'm not going back and forth
Oh,
with
see,
him.
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
You
talking
know
to you,
me.
Yeah,
E.
no, no, so listen, hold on,
So no, when I,
hold on. Real quick, Flip. I brought you back up because the statement was made while you weren't here, and I have a very strict rule on. I'm not allowing nobody to talk about no one from the cast unless they're able to say it to them while they're on the stage. So that's why I wanted you back up here. And so I'm gonna clear out. If you don't want to have no back and forth with him, I'll drop him, and we can just continue on, or whatever. But I don't want this to be messy. If y'all can have some discourse, cool. If not, then fuck it, we out.
no. You don't have.
What you that? Go
It
ahead.
was a
Go ahead,
double
Flip.
mute. I think they got
There's a
hit.
double mute.
That was a double mute, guys.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to drop anybody. No, I don't feel that way. I don't feel you have to drop anybody. I'm just not gonna. I'm in control of what I do. Listen,
Why y'all just can't
what I
keep it
was
up?
telling
I
you,
mean, Flip, I don't
what
really fuck.
I,
I don't really
what
fuck
I
with you
was
like that
telling
because
you,
you talking as slut
what I was telling
unnecessarily.
you,
But y'all just need to keep it
what I
up.
was telling you, E, is that what's important to know is that this. As long as like my rules is respected as far as how I am, I'm fine. I mean, a person's opinion is not disrespect. If a person has an opinion on you, that's not disrespect. So I don't take that anyway. I took the G Money comment as disrespect, but G Money's not taking it the way I'm taking it, so I have to leave it alone. So anything pertaining to my family and my shit like that, or anybody close to me that takes it the way I take it, then I do what I do. Other than that, I'm talking 100% about them. I showed the footage. I'm talking 100, and I think I'm entertained by it. There's no reason for me to react. There's no reason for me to react because nothing is done. A person's opinion is their opinion. I'm not mad at his opinion at all. Any opinion, I'm not mad. I was before because but not no more. I don't care no
Mm-hmm.
more.
All
I
right.
come in peace. The way you take things, like you're the only one taking things a certain way because your mind is a little bit warped.
Yeah, I think Danny, he's made it clear that he's not trying to have
So
any
E,
discourse with
here's
you.
the here's
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, E. I want to tell you this. Like, here's how I feel. I feel like the culture is putting it because I'm a culture vulture, but people don't consider me as that. The culture is putting their foot down on people who are not black that play around and say things and don't use their platforms with don't use their platforms correctly. So even though even though
What is
E,
using the platform correctly?
E, even though I may take things serious, but I don't feel like a man that's not black should be calling me any type of animal, should be saying I have my man hanging in my closet, especially if me and you going back and forth. That's disrespectful. I feel like a person should be mindful of what they say. Let me not give this nigga any reason to try to violate me since he has the upper hand. That's how I feel. I feel that way. Like, it has nothing about fear or scared. It's like, let me not do that. Niggas be seeing this nigga. Nigga, if you know you don't want no problems like that, let me just talk about how trash this nigga is. Let
I
me
do
talk about
that.
how trash he is, how bad he is, but let me not say, yo, he had a black man hanging in his closet. I'm not black.
That's
Let
Let
me
me
not
not
what I
say,
can I
yo,
can
said.
I
his,
can I ask you this? Because
let,
let me
let me not
That's
say
not
that,
what I
yo,
said.
real quick,
yo,
flip real quick.
hold
Real,
on. I'm almost done. E. Let me not say that this nigga is an animal. Like you calling a black man, like
You just don't
you,
understand
you
analogies.
what I'm saying is that E is like you have to be smart enough. So while we watch niggas' families come out and while we watch niggas come out, while we sit there and we laugh at them and look how they look and how they look nervous, we know that okay, you're not really like that. You just using that for clickbait.
mhm.
So unless the line is crossed,
You've thrown water in people's faces, not
I'm a
cheeseburgers out hands. Don't accuse me of clickbait.
Danny, because I want to,
I'm a, it's okay. No, it's okay.
no, no,
It's
no, no,
okay. It's
no, no.
okay.
Listen. I want him to be able to express whatever he's going to express, but I want you to get your shit off because I actually
Oh
want
yeah,
to.
I'm almost
Yeah,
done.
I want
I'm
you to get your
gonna wrap
shit
it up.
off,
Yeah.
and I want to ask him something as well. So go ahead. Do you?
So when I'm saying my point is this. To in closing, I feel like if you're not like that and you know that I'm trying to find a way to violate you in person, you should be mindful if you're not built like that. I feel like the ego is the death to a lot of people. Period. The only reason that the G Money shit didn't extend is because number one, G Money said that shit wasn't that serious. I didn't like it. If you commented on me, G Money shouldn't be brought up. And that's it. That's just how I feel. Like, oh, yeah, he got G Money in his closet hanging somewhere. We black men. Why are you talking about at a time like this? We a
At a
black
time
man
like
is
this,
hanging in the
crazy.
closet. You know what I'm saying? That's what it
Uh,
is. So when my nephews and them recorded the nigga, and my nephews and them seeing them, they're like, yo, just let me know. We see at the. Let me know what you want to do. No, leave
Too
them.
clean,
Let
too
them be
clean.
nervous.
Record that.
yo,
Let them let them be nervous. Let them
Too
be nervous. I
clean.
stand
Put
on
that
it.
on the YouTube.
I stand. No, hold on,
flip.
and I'm gonna wrap it up. I stand on it. As soon as anything is disrespectful said about my family, any of my loved ones, I will pull the trigger, and my foot will go far that nigga's ass. A
All right,
hundred
so hold on,
percent. I stand in it.
flip. Hold on,
That's
Yo,
it.
yo, Flip,
You
quick
gonna let me
question.
speak?
Quick question,
hold on,
Flip.
y'all, hold on. All right, let me try to get this back in order a little bit.
Can I speak though?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I wanna allow everybody the chance to speak. As long as Flip is cool with niggas not offended, I'm cool. The minute he feel like it's getting out of pocket, I'ma dead it just because that's my man. Um, Danny, I want to give you the opportunity to respond. I also have a question for you. I'm just asking that it stay cool if possible.
How can you demand that when he's talking about
I
stalking
I
me?
I,
Talking about how can you demand that?
Okay, what I mean by cool is it not get loud and y'all screaming at each other.
He's
That's what I
already
mean.
gotten wild. I mean, I understand as your man, you have to align yourself with somebody who's a bit unstable. But at the end of the day, this man is saying wild, reckless things that could lead to totally different types of situation. And to compound that, the reason G Money's not offended is because it's not offensive. Uh, Queenzflip is intentionally misinterpreting things and attributing ego to me. But if you've ever met me, you would know I'm not egotistical. Emanny, when you sat down with me, did I appear egotistical?
No, you seem very condescending though. And
Oh, okay.
you do. So listen, and I had this conversation with you. Which was kind of like even in if I ever had a moment where I wanted to express to you, which was a part of my question. Do
But
you believe
oh,
that how you come across in person is how you come across in your stances that you take in your platform?
Yes, because I was the same way with you that I've been on my
I
platform,
I would
but I wasn't condescending.
I would disagree, and the only reason why I would
Nah, you
disagree,
said it in the. I have the recording. You said I was
no, no,
the
no, no,
same.
no, no, no.
And then there was another space you had where
No,
you said that Danny kind of, he was the same way in person. There was a recording.
I said you were cool and chill about the content, right? My issue was that, like, my biggest issue with you has always been you going ahead and saying offensive things about a person's character or something, like taking it past just judging the actual work. Like I
Mm.
even use like when I brought up the you saying call Maul or whatever, like a vagabond, whatever you said, the thing, like you would use characteristics or adjectives that I thought were disrespectful, right? Do you remember me expressing
Mm.
that?
Yeah, but I feel like that's like you said. You said Drake was going through a Britney Spears moment, and he's like far from going through a. I think in content,
That's a
you kind of
that's
yeah.
different. That's a different. That's not me. That's
Eh,
very different because first off, a Britney Spears moment is not using him. That's not using that as an adjective to describe his action. That's speaking to the
that's
moment.
disrespectful
No,
though.
it's speaking to the moment of when Britney Spears was being attacked, and it made her seem more crazier than what was going
I
on.
think you're being a bit facetious because she was outside with low cut haircut, acting crazy,
Danny,
and that's
I
how you were
think
saying it.
no, okay, cool, right? But I think if you ever experience that level of fame and that level of not really being in touch or people really not being in touch with your experience, you don't know where it might lead you. It might lead you out in the street putting your fucking hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I like when I'm speaking about even when I like compare the Michael Jackson shit with Drake now, it's because we really don't understand what these people are going through. And I think when you speak from a very privileged spot of just really not experiencing certain shit that comes with this. Like I've talked shit about people in the past. And what has
Mm.
happened is when they saw me, we had to do something about it. And I
Okay,
either had to become the person that was willing to keep standing on that, or I had to become the person that was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just choose not to speak about people this way because I can't really deal with the consequences that might come with it. And I think that's
understood.
really the dis. I think that's somewhat of the, and it's not a threat. I think it's just a disconnect that we have sometimes. In why is it so easy for you to speak in a offensive or disrespectful way to people that you know you don't really want to have that level of issue with? Like, is there a more entertaining? Is there an entertaining way that you can do it without being
Man,
condescending and
Emanny,
disrespectful?
I feel like you treat Flip with kid gloves because I guess that's your man. But he's done reckless things,
You're not
and
answering my
additionally,
question. I asked you a
but
question,
can I let me leave my out? I'll let you speak.
Danny. I asked you a simple question. We can let you speak, but you still have to answer my question.
Can you reiterate the question?
The
What was the
question
question?
is, do you think that there is still an entertaining way where you can do your content without being offensive or disrespecting people's character?
You guys sit on a couch with someone who may be offensive, and
And
no,
we're
and
willing
I wait,
and
wait, 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 wait. You're
we're
not letting
willing
me
to
answer.
punch niggas in the face when we see them. That's the difference
Nah,
between
not
us
really.
and
I
you.
mean, not really, not really.
Okay.
Because you said some shit about running down on OVO and all that, and I don't think you were ready for that. But what I'm saying is,
Danny, you are trying to go ahead and make this the Danny show. You're not going to do it. Let's just stick to what we're saying. And let's not try to go ahead and continue to be offensive and disrespectful. I'm saying factual things. You are not now. Let's deal with fact. Please continue, Danny.
E, let him finish talk, please.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Please, E. Please.
I said let him go ahead.
Let- let-
Go ahead.
thanks, Flip. No, I'm saying last when you first got on this because now you're acting as if I'm making stuff up. But last, I think December, November, you was talking about when that scary hours dropped. You was like, if anybody got a problem with me, I'm down to see them. You talk about OVO. I remember that.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to make it a Danny show. I'm just saying that in content creation, all of you have overstepped, and probably the way you've covered Drake has been very disrespectful. You
Hmm.
guys insinuated pedo. You guys insinuated when they said, when Mark Lamont sat on that couch and said, "Does anybody here think Drake's a pedo?" Everybody's like, I've never assassinated anyone's character to that level.
I've
I've
never done,
largely been.
I've never said that. So you have to speak to me. Don't talk about anybody else up here.
But I'm
That's
just
not
letting
it.
you know that you
Okay, cool. I'm
participate
talking. No, no, I don't participate because I sit
in
somewhere
a
and I give my
podcast
opinion.
that does the same things you accuse me of.
But I'm responsible for my own opinion. So if I speak to
Okay.
something and I don't agree with them, I'm not held to that same. I just had a whole back and forth with Joe when he went at DDG, where he disagreed with my stance. So what are you talking about?
Oh, that was another
I
one.
was also one of the only people who was willing to go ahead and jump out and give critiques on certain people's music when everyone was being quiet about it. Like so, my situation and what I say for me stands for me, and it still stands. I know I can't beat everybody that comes across me, but the difference between me and you and put other people alike is I'm still willing to deal with the consequences that come with some of that. That's the difference. Like that's my only, and I'm not, that don't make me tough. That don't make me no better than you. That don't mean that I can fight better than you. It just means that once I open my mouth, I understand that there's something that might come with this. So if by chance I'm in Stafford room and there's some old niggas next door in Harbor and they want to come over and do something, I'm ready for those consequences. I'm not going to try to run out the back.
I maintain that to me, I've never crossed the line, which is why I feel comfortable doing it because I keep my critiques about the pod, and I've never. I mean, I feel like you guys have just been largely sensitive
What does G
about
Money
where
hanging
my
in a man's in a man's closet have to do with the pod?
the analogy was about a suit,
Danny,
like a suit that you leave in the closet. You get it? Like a suit that you haven't worn in a while.
what does G Money have to do with anything with Flip or anything
How
at
do you
this
hang a
point?
suit, right?
But
When you
what
put a
does
suit
G
in the
Money?
closet,
But I get the analogy. I get it. Very very clever.
and then
Very
but you
clever.
cutting me off because you know I got
No,
points.
no, no, no. Your point is irrelevant. If
You're
you
not letting
just
me get
said
to my crossover. You fouling me.
G Money has never been on the pod. He's not on improper improv. What does he
Can
have
you
to
let
do
me?
with anything?
All right. Can you let me get to my crossover?
Go
Don't
ahead, go
foul
ahead,
me,
go ahead, go ahead,
please.
go ahead.
All right.
Get to it.
Don't foul me. Let me get my
Go now, go
move
ahead,
off.
go ahead, go ahead.
All right. So what I was talking about is what was happening on Queenzflip show was lackluster. I think improper improv has largely been a triumph of nothingness. And with that said, I feel like he should get G Money because some of the best content he's ever made has been with G Money. And that was my point.
Okay,
That was all I was saying.
that's a fair assessment to maybe make. So now, if you make an analogy, right, you do know that the analogy you make, whether it's clever or not, could offend someone, right?
I can't control how people mistake
No,
because
of
the
course
thing
you
is,
can't. No, of course.
wait. But I'm trying to. I said that the right way. I was talking
To
about
you.
a suit hanging in the closet, and if it's intentionally being misinterpreted because someone doesn't like someone, then I can't control that. Like if you don't like my commentary,
No, you
I'm not
absolutely
going
no,
to
you
necessarily
absolutely
change. That's what makes me me.
Danny, you absolutely right. You can't control how people feel after you make a joke, an analogy, an assessment, whatever. 100%. I agree. And I'm not even here telling you to stop doing what you do because I've just accepted how you entertain. Like I've got to a point where if I felt the way about something, cool. I felt the way. It's not that serious for me at this point.
All right,
So
man. I got a
cool.
question.
So wait. So hold on. So you do understand that even though your intentions might not be to offend, to harm, or to hurt, that if they do, other people are now allowed to react how they see fit. Right?
Yeah. I guess. But what I'm saying is that you don't necessarily
See.
call out. But what you're saying don't resonate with me. I think it's largely sensitivity from a podcast that's built itself on talking about other people. I'm sorry, man. Like I talk
But
about
what the
podcasting,
You know what, Danny? I think, and this is the funny part, because I hear you say that a lot
deja
about
vu.
No, I hear you say that a lot about sensitivity, right? I do think that you have a good way of covering up about how sensitive you are. I do think that your way of covering up how sensitive you are is becoming the heel. That's my assessment. I'm willing to be wrong, right? I do think you have a more easier time playing the heel to the pod because in all actuality, you really want niggas to like what you do because you do like the pod. There's no way in the world
Sometimes.
cool, but but at the end of the day, you started off liking this pod and
Yeah,
liking the
man.
members of the
Working
pod.
Mall and Joe's pod.
Cool. And as it progressed, you decided to stick with it, right? And at some point along the way, I think as you started to venture into creating content, and you started getting some recognition, which initially came from the very person you have the most issue with right now, you would have rather us
Shout out to
like.
Rory. Gave my first shout out.
Okay,
And
cool, cool. You would have rather us really embrace you more than anything. And once it didn't
hell
happen,
no.
it was easier. Listen, listen.
You
Wait,
got
wait.
me. You
Yo,
got me
listen.
all the way effed up.
Danny, I just said this is my own assessment. I'm
You
willing
think I
to be
want an
wrong.
embrace from Flip and Emanny? Oh,
No. Even that laugh comes off as someone that's really sensitive and is trying to cover it up as
no,
the
because
heel.
it sounds far fetched to me.
No,
That
I
would
know
be
to
like me.
you. I know to you. No,
You've
for
told me
sure.
that.
No, cool. It's supposed to sound far fetched to you, but I'm pretty sure there's a ton of people that would agree.
They could agree, but I'm talking as the main source. That I don't. That's never been
Okay,
my.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I
So
actually like that y'all can't like y'all hate me so much, but y'all got to still
no,
watch.
see, that's the problem. I don't hate you because if I hated you, I wouldn't speak to you. I don't hate you, and I'm at the point in life
Research my
I
address.
can't, I didn't research your address.
So who sent you the Addy?
It was given to me in a attempt to be funny by someone
By
behind the
who?
scene. You know what's the funny part is, if I really was a fucked up person, I hated you, I would have just put it on a shirt and wore it on the pod just to be like, come on, like I don't
But why are
hate
you thinking about that though? Because
because well
you've
because
given it thought.
because I'm clever and I can be just as witty and I can
Because
be
you gave it a thought.
no
It's like what
because
Shammy said about the GoFundMe on
no
Shout Out the King.
no 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 Danny, you know, like I said, this all leads into you loving the heel moment. You would rather people hate you because it adds more to your character than you just being a blanket person on YouTube making comments. The hate that you want to live in, it's almost like the Jameson shit that he was doing before. Like you like being the heel. You like it. And it's cool. I'm not even mad. But you
But there's
get
people
off
that
on
like me
being the
though.
heel.
There's people that like me though. So there's just it's the rule of 10.
Very true. My bad. Flip got his hand up. Flip. You got something to say?
I just want to know, E, are you done having a? I don't know. Are you done? Because I definitely have something to say to you. So I don't know if you're done. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I want to say something. I've been quiet listening, and I just want to know. I don't want to interrupt anybody or step on
Nah,
anybody's
nigga, talk.
toes.
Nah, go on,
I do,
talk.
no, 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 because that wouldn't be fair. What I'm saying is that I want to know if all the points that is being made from you is
Yeah, I'm
done,
done. Yeah, I'm done.
so I can
Yeah, I'm
speak.
done.
Okay, is everybody else done?
Danny, you got something else you want to add on? Anybody else?
Actually, Flip, I had a direct question for you.
For
Actually,
who?
for Flip.
Okay, Flip. You want to take this question before you go in? Danny, you got something else you want to say?
Yeah, man. Stop stalking people. It's 2024. We're about to hit 2025, man. Let's live honest lives. Let's be good with each other. Take care of ourselves. We all bleed red, baby.
Okay, that was Danny's. Flip, you want to go ahead?
I don't now. Let me see what street am I on? Because I'm in Brooklyn. E, bleed red means what? Is that a threat towards me and my family? I don't understand. What does that mean when somebody said we all bleed red? Did you say? I don't understand that.
Did I say that?
No, no, no. I'm just saying, JR, what street is this? Okay, oh shit. Bleed. I don't understand the bleed red part. I didn't understand that. But
I don't
I
get.
know
I
that.
don't.
Yeah, I know back in the days. Those things
When
were
niggas all
taken.
say we all bleed the same. Yeah, I know
We
Yeah,
exactly.
all
yeah,
humans. We all humans,
yeah,
Flip. We all humans, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that it just means that we all the same. We all human.
oh,
Nobody's
okay.
better than the
Yeah.
next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
Got it.
all
That's
are
right.
equal.
Flip.
I
Read
got it.
up.
I got
Read
it.
up.
I got it.
Go
E,
hit the
because
library.
I got it. So here's the thing, E, and shout out to the homies up here. Here's the thing. The truth is that anytime that I, made content and I spoke on things I wasn't supposed to speak about or spoke on things out of turn, I had to deal with the consequences. That comes with the game. That comes with, sometimes it's media, reckless media, and improper media. You know what I mean? And I had to deal with it, man. A lot of times I was dealing with niggas. I mean, Alpo came to my studio before for King Erna. I mean, King Erna went down and met Alpo, tried to meet Alpo by the what's the fuck is it? Apollo Theater. Like these things happen with real life killers that I was a part of. The blood niggas and me and CK got into it in the hallway where he wanted me to erase the footage. I told him no. Like I had to deal with these consequences.
About the
Me and
Corey.
what's
You
the
talk about the
nigga?
Corey King shit.
Yeah, Corey
Yeah,
King.
yeah,
Me
yep,
and
yep, yep.
I'm just going through my mind. And what's the nigga name? Mecca Audio When he first came to my studio, he came with a yo nigga like I see what you do to all these niggas. I'm not one of them niggas that. When I threw something on Amy, that was frustrated. But when I did something else, niggas came up to the studio in Brooklyn, Sunset Park over there when I was at Preach Studio. Like these things I dealt with in real life for my commentary. So I extend the same type of grace. It's not grace. I extend the same type of principle to people. Basically, is that and at the same time, in my mind, I was willing to respond however I was willing to respond. I dealt with it. I got into fights. I got into attacks. I got into scuffles. It happens. These things happen. So you have to be mindful of what you say. A lot of times we like to blur the line, and the line blur becomes when it's like, yo, I'm only commenting on this man's weak performance. So if you comment on so if we blur the line and say I'm commenting on his weak performance, but I'm gonna say something funny about him and his family, personal. And if I react to that, then it's like, oh, he's mad that I'm just commenting on his performance. So what I'm saying is that all people got to do, everybody should be able to do the media how they want. Comes with consequences. I dealt with the consequences. Nobody is above reproach. Everybody deal with consequences. It happens. It happens. Them stories online from them blood niggas, they'll tell you I had all them 5, 6, 7 of them. CK, Wildcat, Killer Cab. Killer Cab had to get in the middle of it. Wildcat, like me and Wildcat went at it. These are in 3D. These are all in real life. I remember Mike Ruger, Space Ghost wanted me to interview Mike Ruger, and I didn't. The nigga copied my videos. I don't want to with this nigga. They talked me into with this nigga. Mike Ruger came to my studio. He came with his man. Why is this nigga bringing somebody to my studio? Long story short, I start to talk before the shit start. I told his man, come outside. We go face to face. Me and his man get into it. A fight. Space goes in there. That's what Space goes is like, yo, man, you going too far. That led up to him leaving. But these type of things he didn't want to be a part of. What I'm saying is that, not saying it's right, but the way you speak, how you speak, and who you addressing comes with consequences. This is hip hop. It happens. Hip hop is not going to change overnight. Or, we're not going to change overnight. I've been in this media for a long time, and I've dealt with the ups and downs, and I'm still willing to deal with the consequences, whether it's me, whether it's my ego, whether it's my pride. I'm just still willing to deal with whatever come with it. If a nigga talking about my family and I'm willing to punch him in his face and I'm gonna get sued, I'm willing to deal with it. If a nigga, I'm willing to deal with all consequences that come with it because I'm just a man that believes in what I believe in. Right, wrong, or indifferent, and nobody's gonna change that. And I feel like nobody should change anyone from how they do media. I think that we just in a world that every action has a reaction, and we live by it. That's just how I look at it. E.
Flip, are you able to just piece it up with Danny? Like, y'all not able to just piece it up?
There we have it.
Hey, it got quiet as
I
hell.
hear that, but I hear that, but yeah, I mean, there's no peace to be made. We don't know each other. Like, I don't. This is like I talk about his content, and I'm still gonna keep the same thing because I mean that analogy doesn't make sense. You were talking about really sensitive things. I'm talking about y'all on a podcast. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't even talk about gang stuff or
No,
you were running down on people, pushing them against walls. Of course, you're gonna get into more conflict. Like
Well,
I
no,
don't. It doesn't make
I
sense.
think his main content of what he was trying to get across was the fact that being in the media business, it's gonna always be somebody that don't like what you say, don't like what they didn't heard, don't like the content you putting out. But as media people, you gotta know that that's what you're gonna be up against, regardless. It's always gonna be somebody
True.
that don't like what you're saying, somebody don't like what you're posting, your content. They don't like the topics that you're talking about. But at the end of the day, you got to be in the back of your head. You got to be mindful. Like, ain't my
Yeah,
shit ain't for everybody. You know what
OG
I
Stacks.
mean?
I'm sorry, OG Stacks. Where you from, homie?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
All right, listen. And well put. Well put. All right, look, there's somebody in here that I'm looking at because I'm driving. The geeked up niggas, right? Now, I'm not trying to attack them physically, right? But I said that the guy who's not black, I'm going to disrespect him and his ancestors because I didn't like the way he spoke about me. That's media. That's a route that I try. But I'm not going to attack him. I'm not going to say, yo, when I see him, no, you said something I didn't like and you're not black. Don't talk about me like that. I don't like the way you addressing me. That's the angle that I chose to stand on. It's just a choice that you make, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent.
It's flawed.
People, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, geek, people have a right to address things the way they want to address things. Like, you got to see what I'm saying. For somebody to talk and play around and be cowardly in person, it's strange. So then now you know it's just okay. That's just you just want attention. Like we talking about like when they see these individuals, like it's so funny. You would laugh at it, the nervousness and the cautiousness that is presented. It's like, so why? So then, like, why go down that? Why go down that route? Because in their mind, it's like, yo, I can say what I want to say. I may have a lawsuit at hand. Man, listen. At the end of the day, man, I stand on 100%. And I want everybody to record me, please. I want you guys to record me. If Trevor Robinson Jr. family is played around with, talked about, I will pull the trigger. And when I mean
Wow, man.
that was that
Nobody's
was
talking about your
that was
family. Nobody's
yo,
talking
E,
about your
E, is you
family.
talking,
You're
E?
making that shit up.
Yo, yo, hold on. That's a
He's
double. It's a
saying
double
lies
mute.
about.
Can you, Danny? I know what you keep saying in response to him.
Yo, E, my fault. E, my fault. There was some static. Listen, if anybody play around, like what I'm saying is that I have no,
Nobody's
I have
done
no
that.
reason, E, to respond in the way I want to respond.
Mm-hmm.
I have no reason because if I respond in the way I want to respond, it just look like I'm mad that somebody's critiquing my performance, whether it's lackluster,
And
whether
stop
it's
stalking
good,
people and
whether
taking
it's any,
cameras like a weirdo.
where's anything that happens. So what happens is that I just want somebody to just even I'm gonna keep it real. I'm even looking for something to be said about me personally. That's how
Oh, okay.
that's how I want it to be. Like the little comments of, "Oh, you stupid" and stuff like that. That's nothing because
I never
when
said
you
that.
watch them, we watch it nervous.
Keep watching. You've been watching me in the
Imagine
last
E,
2 years. Keep watching.
imagine E walking. Imagine having to walk outside and you're not able to walk comfortably in the city because you're afraid of what you said.
I'm
You
fine.
understand what I'm saying,
I'm
E?
fine.
Right now, I can show you right now, Emanny. Right now, if something is said about me right now, JR's in the car, I can show you right now. I will stay on here and I can show you how powerful I am in society. I'm willing to put I can show you right now. Whether it's me standing in front of somewhere taking pictures, whether it's me looking for I can stand on it. I'm in Brooklyn right now. I can show you. That's how much I'm willing
You're
to
in
stand.
Brooklyn a lot.
That's how much I'm willing to stand on my content or stand on who I am as a man. I can show you right
Standing
now.
on content. You said it right there.
You
Standing
know
on
what I'm saying,
content.
E?
This is what it
Nah,
all is.
listen.
Me, the nigga, all the nigga got to do is let his nuts hang. Yo, nigga, fuck you, your fam, nigga. Right now, nigga, we stay on here. You can run this shit, and I
So flip.
promise.
So flip. Listen. 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 Listen.
Wait, listen. No, 'cause
This who you platforming? This who you
trying to
platforming,
E.
Yo,
man?
What
This
I'm
is
flip.
trying to,
crazy.
Flip.
no, E. Listen, I do agree with it, but what I'm trying to tell you is that because we're being rude here, right? I'm saying my feelings. I
Flip.
haven't interrupted
Flip.
anyone.
Listen. Flip.
That's
Listen
all
to
you
me.
E,
Listen
can
to me
do.
for one
E,
second. Hold on.
E.
Hold on. Hold
You
on.
can
Hold on.
never
Hold on.
really
Hold on. Hold on.
articulate
E,
Hold on. Hold on.
anything.
Hold on.
E. Listen to
Please
me,
listen to me
E.
for one second. Please, everybody, listen to me. Hold
What you
on.
got on your
Listen.
regions?
Listen for me for one second. Right. So this is the one thing that I want to make clear. I hear exactly what you saying, Flip. You know I'm against it because I just don't think we need to move in that fashion, period, just to prove a point. But I understand why you saying it. Danny, you can't say when a nigga say, yo, you be saying a nigga stupid, this and that, and I say, no, I've never said that. And then say, what did you get on your regents? Or, oh, that 10th grade Mary Birchum.
I think that's a
No,
question
that's
we
you
need to
being
ask.
condescending and that's you trying to be
It's okay, but
funny.
E,
It's like, come
Why
on.
we?
Like, let's just own
Was
up
it a
to the shit we
56?
doing. Like, all
Yo, I'm talking to you
right,
directly, my brother, and I love you.
all
I
right.
love you. I'm telling you right now, right this minute. My studio is in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Right this minute,
Oh, that's
I
where you
am,
told me the improper
I
improv.
am,
That's what you
I
said is.
am driving. I'm driving around right now. Right now, what I'm saying is that when you don't like somebody, or you have a problem with somebody, whether it's right or wrong, you make sure you know how they move, where they move, when they move. Right? I'm telling you right now that if something is said out of line that I deem out of line, I will derail what I'm supposed to do because I'm supposed to go to the studio right now and do a couple of things. I would derail what I'm doing,
You gotta get improper
and
improv hot again, man. I know.
I would derail what I'm doing, and I will show every single person in here that God Himself can't stop a foot from going to somebody's ass.
And I think
You need to ask God to help you with improper
Flip,
improv.
I think that's very clear, and I believe every word
Thank
of
you.
what you're saying. And I thought
That's all I care about.
I also think Danny is making it very clear that he is not going to play in that type of way with you. He just wants to
Well,
critique.
then, well, I'm talking.
He just
Well,
wants,
I didn't.
yeah.
I, I don't hear anything but disrespect. I'm
I
talking to my man. I'm enjoying the conversation. I see a lot of people up here. It's a beautiful
yeah.
thing. What I'm saying is that we got to just keep it content.
Mm-hmm.
We are all content. We all content creators, man.
So shout out
And
to
that's
Geeked
it,
Up.
man.
He woke it up.
We are all content creators, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ask God to help you with improper improv. That's the most important thing right now.
Okay. Well, listen. I want to. I mean, I can't be fair because I mean, it's very obvious that I'm biased, but I want to at least allow Danny to, and anybody else that might feel indifferent to whatever Flip is saying, because Flip is a grown man and he handle niggas how you handle niggas as far as conversation. So if anybody else got something they want to add and say, you can say it.
Shit, I got something. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah. What's good, certified?
Chilling, chilling. What's good, everybody? Um, I think personally, I ain't gonna really speak on their situation because I don't know personally. I don't know none of them personally. What they got going on? Talking about Danny and Flip, if they got anything going on. But I think in generalization, because people of y'all caliber, Emanny, Flip, and whoever else we deem to be celebrities that we're fans of, that brings us here, are so close and available, people don't know how to not cross that boundary. When you look at Flip, yeah, he a wild persona to the media because that's his gig. That's what he been doing. And like he been explaining and everybody else been saying, shit, he know what comes with that. So what comes with that, he's willing to accept. But if you ain't, don't even teeter-totter or play on the fence in general for people because people really live like real life off the phone. Excuse me. So I just think shit, it just becomes grown men bitching and moaning, arguing about nothing. If it ain't really about no money, fuck it. Make fun, have fun, but you gotta have boundaries, period. Just respect another human. Even hearing you talk sometimes, Danny, this me, this ain't got nothing to do with what y'all saying. It's just how you come off sometimes. Like, nah, you purposely say certain things knowing it's gonna get a reaction. So for you, I'm thinking and I'm assuming,
I ain't shit, man. These people
all
are
right, bro, you cutting
sick,
me off,
threatening me and shit. I
bro.
should be able to get
Whatever,
my
and
shit
that's
off.
fine, bro. But right now it's my turn to get my shit off. So even that's
No, but you
disrespectful.
saying things that ain't
No, I
true.
said for me, how I feel, what I've been seeing. How you gonna tell me that's not true?
Because your perspective is jaded. It's
But
not
how
true.
you're gonna tell me my perspective
Because you're evaluating
from
me
what
from your
I'm
standpoint, but
seeing?
not
But
acknowledging
wouldn't that make it his
what this guy's
perspective?
doing.
Exactly.
Nah,
So how
because
are
you
you
can't
speaking on my
say this
perspective?
Hey,
perspective
yo,
but
hey, yo,
doesn't
hey,
acknowledge
hey, there's
all of it.
somebody that's not black almost said the N word. I'm. Are we getting racist here?
Who said that?
Somebody,
No, I
Hey,
never
somebody,
said that.
somebody,
yeah,
I
you
never said
somebody
almost
that.
almost
slipped
said.
up and said it.
Somebody said.
You almost slipped
Well,
up and said
What?
it. I
I'm in,
ain't. I
I'm
caught
in
it
Who?
Brooklyn.
quick.
Who that? Who almost said
Somebody
I
nigga?
said
almost said.
this dude because I was gonna say
Somebody almost said
I was.
niggas.
Yeah, but
Somebody
see,
that's
you
not
feel
black almost
offended.
said that.
You
Nah,
feeling?
I never almost said that. You
Oh,
lied.
yo, Emanny,
Yeah.
yo,
I
give me the
said
word.
these dudes, but then
Give
I
me
had
the
to change it to
word,
this dude.
yo, give me the
Yeah,
word.
yeah,
Give me the word.
yeah.
Give me
Flip,
Flip.
the
flip,
word.
flip. Stop throwing money in people's
Hey,
faces.
but
There's somebody
I
nevertheless,
changed it to
that's
this dude.
there's somebody not
nevertheless,
black that's almost said
or
the
not.
word nigga.
See, this is why I
Listen,
could tell you failed
Hold
your
on, hold
region
on,
listen.
because you
hold
can't
on,
comprehend.
hold on, guys, hold on, cause y'all think it's stupid, but let me certified. Thank you, man, for coming up and saying what you said, giving your perspective. Danny, I want to give you the opportunity to respond to certified.
Nah, shout out to certified. I just think the when you do an analogy type thing and it's not even. I'm sorry, I gotta add step in, but shout out to Flip. I think just hit the library, man. That's all. Because sometimes you don't understand things and you intentionally misinterpret things.
Hey yo
But see,
E,
that's the point
Yo,
I'm making.
yo
Hey,
E,
but that goes back to
yo E,
what
yo,
yo
Certified
E.
just
Can
said,
I ask you a
though.
That's
question?
the point I'm
Hey yo,
That
making.
goes
yo,
You
back to
win.
hold on,
what
hold
Hold
on,
on.
hold
Certified
on, y'all,
just
hold
said.
on,
can
hold
Because
you hear
on.
me?
Certified just said you say things to get a reaction. You
Yo,
say
OG,
things to
You
OG,
gotta
belittle
hit the library.
somebody,
I think it's like
oh
Meek
shit,
Mill,
but you
man.
OG,
You gotta
can
get
you,
to
belittling,
know a
but you
podcaster.
belittling
OG,
somebody and you expecting them to
OG
respect you,
stats, can I hear?
belittling
Hey
them.
yo, OG stats, can I hear you? Can you hear me real quick?
I got you. Go ahead, gang.
Listen, I just want to say this to you and E. Now,
Oh, now you're talking to me.
yo,
Great.
you and Imani, and OG Stacks. Let me ask you guys a question.
Oh, now
I want to ask you a question. So I heard if somebody is intentionally misinterpreting something, does that mean that they're stupid, or that means that they're doing it on purpose?
If it's intentional, that means that's something that you're doing on purpose.
So that means that you're aware that you can address it in a certain way, but you choose to address it another way. Does it have anything to do with intellect?
No.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure I speak to some people that I didn't graduate from high school, so I just want to make sure I speak to some people that understand.
That would be the way someone try to hide the fact that they don't know what they're talking about, though.
I'm
I think I,
trying to
I
just get an understanding. Because if somebody say, "Yo, you got to go and you are dumb, you got to go read a book, go to the library. Brooklyn Library is right there. Go to it," and then they say you're intentionally misinterpreting things, that's an oxymoron to me. Because
Yeah, because you're contradicting what you're saying.
let me mute up.
hold on. So real quick, we got Don just came up. Furious just came up. I don't know if y'all want to add anything.
I just wanted to say I feel like we're moving past this, and then he keeps antagonizing Flip with that comment.
How am I
You
tagging us?
can't
He's
like,
talking
bro,
about
come on,
stalking me
like
and shit.
you almost
Shut
get
up.
out of it, and then you start saying something like that. Like, chill out, bro. You're
Nah,
not
because
getting
he's
the
the one
gravity of
taking
the
the
situation
barking.
right now, bro. Like, chill out.
The gravity of the situation. That's a good one.
That's crazy.
Are you disrespecting science?
I'm gonna do something real quick, right? So
I
I know we
just
got.
I
I
just
know we
feel
got.
like he got a vendetta against him. It ain't going
Hold,
nowhere. He
hold
feel
on.
how
I'm
he
gonna do this. I'm
feel.
gonna do this, right? Cause I don't want to make this a drawn out thing. I'm gonna let Fury. I'm gonna let Furious
Masterclass.
go on. Don. I mean, unless Don, you was finished, and then Furious can go ahead.
I'm done. I just wanted to get that off.
All right, salute, bro.
Yeah, I don't got too much to add to this situation just because I think, Danny and Flip got their own kind of shit going on. And I don't think it's ever going to end. But I think when it does come to content, I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt. If nigga's not really touching you or physically harming you, then it is what it is, kind of water off a duck's back. Because it's like, people say a lot of different things in different scenarios, and yeah, you could pull up on them and beat their ass, but how many times can you really do that? If you do that once, okay, you get it off. Now they continue. What's your next motive to get them to stop? So I think the biggest thing is really what y'all doing is ignoring it, but at the same time, it's like I don't think Danny be saying nothing that crazy compared to other creators who I've seen call people meat eaters, glazers, all types of crazy stuff. So I think it is what it is, though. I don't think it's nothing too crazy.
But they were willing to
Furious,
die,
can
so
I
it's
can I
different.
ask you can I ask you a question? Well, because me and you have had maybe like really small little spats, and I might have had moments. Well, not might have. I've had moments where I've threatened and said shit with you, right? Um, is there a way where at certain points you're just expecting people to keep a certain level of energy or just to either ignore you so that you don't even have to have the back and forth? Like, isn't like if the resolve is to tell someone, yo, just stop getting emotional or stop approaching something in a certain manner, then why can't the same be said for the telling the person, yo, just stop talking about this person? Like, why can't both be?
He's on the pod. If he wasn't
Hold
on the
on,
Joe
hold
Budden
on,
pod, I
hold on,
never
hold on,
talk about
Danny.
Flip.
And then you can respond to what I'm saying, but I'm asking Furious, do you think that it's possible to, like exactly how you're telling Flip what you're saying, is there a world where you can share the same sentiments with Danny as far as like, yo, why do you keep antagonizing someone? But you just,
Yeah, I
or
think.
you don't see it as
Yeah,
antagonizing.
no, I mean it is to a degree. Like you gotta you when you on camera, when you creating content, you gotta step outside yourself to create content. You gotta be entertaining. So however Danny want to do that, that's on him. But in regards to, whatever I said about you and how you responded, at the end of the day, if you tell me, if I'm a creator and you tell me, hey, never speak about my shoes, you're pinpointing me to speak about your shoes even more. That's just the internet. So if you come on the internet not actually understanding the nature of the internet and how it actually works, and that's not everybody, but most people do take the blueprint of, hey, I'm gonna troll my way into subs. I'm gonna troll my way into
Hmm.
eyes. I'm gonna troll my way into marketing. That's just naturally how it works. And y'all do it on the JPP. Y'all say things sometimes that are a little bit dramatized to get y'all
Then
points
you,
across so that way it can go viral.
and I,
So yes,
my bad.
I understand what
Sorry,
you're saying.
and I don't want to cut you up, but I agree with what you're saying, and I think Flip and everyone else would agree with you in that statement. The point that we making, and whenever we do that, we have the understanding that at that point, whatever comes with it is going to come with it, and we're not cowering from it. It's like, and to be very honest with you, I think anytime that I've ever said something, and I'm just speaking for me, anytime I've said something that might have been taken as I'm just trying to really shit on a person. If there's anybody on there outside of Joe who's had to come back and apologize, I've been the apology to a nigga before. So I think there's moments where y'all might get caught up in my feelings about something, and I'll take the second to
Mm.
step back and be like, you know what, I was bugging. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just chill. So, but if let's just say I said something about OVO, whatever, and I'm now outside in the club, and it's a few of them niggas out there, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call my niggas, and we're going to have an issue. If you're not prepared to live in,
Oh
wait,
no, you got to stand on it by
hold on,
yourself. You got to
hold
fight
on, Dan,
who's
hold
by
on.
yourself.
Well, that's not being said for the person because if I make a comment about Drake, y'all not saying what Drake got to stand on it by himself. You saying
But you
OVO?
said that nah, you gotta be one
Hold on,
on
Danny.
one.
You're not
That's what you
giving you're
said.
not giving a fair example. I literally just said if I'm talking about a person and that person has an issue with me and then his crew decide to want to do something to me, not him, his crew, I am now going to respond in the same manner. That's fair. I think that's fair. I'm prepared to handle things in that manner. If I say something about you, Danny, that you don't respect, and you say, yo, E, don't say shit about me. And I don't give a fuck about it. And I don't think I'm doing nothing wrong. And you see me in the street and decide to swing on me. I gotta respect that and I gotta handle it and get on my biz. That's all niggas is saying. I don't see what's the
G
disconnect.
shit.
G shit. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we gotta go in circles. I do know Flip has said some very mean things about me. Called me a spick. He said a word that rhymed with maggot. I don't think I'm getting an apology. That's made me sad at time. I can't even sleep sometimes when I'm eating my cereal bowl
See
at
what I'm
night.
saying?
Um,
see,
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
I'm
You see
just
what I'm
saying it's
saying?
hard. But this is true. This is true, Emanny. This is what's
Oh my
happened.
God.
This is what's happened. And Levita could put her hands down. It's
Danny.
fine. I understand.
Danny,
She's a pod
you're
writer,
good, you're good at
but
being condescending, you're good at being funny about things. We
we
get
all
it.
have our tools,
I know. And cool. And continue to use your
and it's
tools.
worked on all
No,
of y'all.
well, it's
I have a question.
yeah.
Imani, do you think that even
Go,
let's say
All the
Danny
ones who
did
don't take it too
apologize, do
serious,
you
it's
think
worked.
that
Because there's some people
his
that have talked
apology
about
no.
it that are fine with
Wait,
it.
would
stop,
resolve
stop.
anything?
Yeah, go ahead, go because I want you to say what you're saying, Furious, and then I want to be able to address what Danny said.
Well,
A
What you
big
say?
slick.
I was saying if Danny did apologize, do you think
Slick.
that it would actually resolve
I'm
anything,
sorry.
Imani?
No,
I
no,
know
no. I
Flip
don't.
just left.
No one's asking for an apology. Like, no matter, like, even in me saying to
So there
Danny,
is no
yo,
corrective action. It's just like
yeah,
it's up there and it's that's what it is.
no, because
I think y'all want me to change. I can't hear
I,
Slick.
I think the resolve at this point is understanding we are in the spaces we're in. I had to take the time to understand the space that Danny's in. For one, I watched his content before even interacting with him, so I understood it. Now you're affected differently when you now become the subject and the topic of it, and that's just a human reaction. I'm being vulnerable and just saying, yo, yeah, when certain things are said a certain way, it does affect me. I had to readjust on how I go about entertaining that. I don't really pay attention to it anymore. And if I do decide to have a conversation with him, I'm not going to be emotionally invested at this point. I've already understood him to the T at this point, which is why there's no emotion attached to this conversation. It's not going to be no screaming. I don't have the need to insult him even when he's trying to be funny. It is what it is. The same with you. Like me and you had interaction and it wasn't the best of interaction at this point. I don't feel the need to have to do that with you because it doesn't service anything. We should be able to find a way to get on here, disagree. If we want to be funny, we can be funny. But if I choose if I decide that you are no longer beneficial in conversation or even having conversation with, I'll just choose to just not talk to you no more.
I think you're
That's
referring
just
to
it.
Furious. I know you're talking about Furious, but just for clarity, you're referring to
Yeah,
your interaction with Furious, not with me.
yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Fury, and even in my interactions with Danny before, my interactions I had with Rocky before, like anybody that I've ever had an interaction with that could have been confused for being emotional, disrespectful, or anything. I've either came back and apologized, or I've just left it be, and we've moved along peaceful. That's it.
Mm,
And I also don't want to tell you how to do content. Like Danny still speaks how he speaks.
you kind of
Eh,
are.
Excuse me.
I have a question.
You kind of are.
Emanica, I have a question for you. Are you have real life connections with Flip, right?
Yeah.
So if you are real life connected and Flip has drawn a line in the sand for how he wants to handle something, why are you continuing to antagonize a situation that he's already said he's going to handle or feel a certain way about by trying to be a peacemaker?
I'm not trying to be a peacemaker.
or you know that somebody is going to continue to throw jabs at him, that is their thing,
You
right?
threw
and
jabs
and
at me
we're
first.
and
But
we're
that's
having
not.
and they're having a dialogue that is either between them or whatever, but then we platform a conversation to continue to
Oh
push
God.
Jonah.
somebody in a
Jo,
conversation.
We always
You
talk
get
Jonah.
about
what I'm saying?
platforming.
Wait, hold on,
So,
hold
and
on,
I'm
Platform.
just
Jonah.
saying,
Hold on, Jonah.
well, I thought I was talking to
You know
Emanny, right?
spaces,
Hold on,
sweetheart.
Jonah. That's not how this started. So I understand that coming in to the conversation at whatever point looks like that. But I also said, yo, I'm not going to have this conversation happen unless
Hmm.
Flip wants to come up and address anything that was said prior to him leaving. I mean, post him leaving.
Right,
So
but I
I didn't
think you're missing
platform
what
a
I'm saying. I'm not saying platform like that because I know those on this stage like to get hung up on words because like they like to run back and do what they do. What I'm saying is, if there's a moment where you see it's not going anywhere, and Flip is who he is and he has said what he said, and to continue to, well, what does this person have to say, and then there's just like an agreement on both sides. I think the continuing of pushing, well, we all should be able to do what I do, that's not everybody. The way
no.
that Flip wants to handle it may not be how
Well,
he handles the social media stuff. I'm just saying.
no. Well, Jonah, you're right. But see, this is the part where people have to take ownership of themselves. Each person that's now attached to the conversation has the option to leave the room. So the room was never started based around them. And
Hmm.
so for me, I'm not going to end a space or cut off a conversation because it's not really servicing what people might deem to be the better good. Like Flip, first off, Flip ain't never going to be motivated to do nothing he don't want to do. So I can't convince him to sit here and have a conversation. And I believe the same with Danny. So if they both decided that they didn't want to be a part of this conversation, and let's just be serious, the conversation is content. So, and I think any
So
conversation we
you're
ever
doing it
try,
for content.
I got on a space for
It gets the
content.
people going.
The only the only
Got it.
the on
Okay.
the on,
So
the
as
only
long as we
time.
know we're not trying to get to resolve and we're trying to get to
No,
content,
they
then
no
I
no
think
no
I
no. But
understand.
there can be resolve in the content, Jonah.
She's
Got
I
it.
spinning
mean,
you, bro. You getting
No, no,
spun.
I get what's going
I
on.
think you've always tried to toe that.
I don't. I think when
You don't do
people
things for
aren't getting
content,
what they want
Johnny.
out of something. Yeah, like everyone does stuff up here for content and has had some level of messiness within their content. So I don't want to make it seem like for the most part, this content today was positive. So
The content today was positive, but I could have sworn you said let's get to the mess. Wasn't that the name of the no?
no, I see that's where you missed. I started
What
the room.
happened? I thought it was what.
No. The name of the room was Let's Talk Drama. And if anybody who was in here when I
Oh,
first
okay.
hold on. If anybody who was in here when I first started it, and
Anyway, I
I
can't hear
and I
nobody.
wish
I
they
gotta
would
be out
attest to
anyway.
it.
Thank you, everybody. Salute.
Yeah.
Rock with the stop.
Salute.
Peace.
When I first started the space, I said,
Mm-hmm.
yo, we were having a conversation about Jordan Neely, and it was 30 something people in here. And I said, yo, you know what? Let's just do a real quick social experiment. We're having this conversation. I'm going to change the name of the room to Let's Talk Drama, and let's just see where it goes from there. And instantly, once I did that, people came to the room. So no, that wasn't the basis of the room.
Yo, E, can I say something E, real quick, please, to you, brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I was we also figured out that there may be a cry for attention. And I tell you why. Because I was just going through my notes. They shout out to Ish plug. Well, I'm not blaming Ish plug. I was going through my notes. And there was a smear campaign saying that how bad I did while I was the A mic. Right? And nigga, the bad people were complaining. And then when we put the votes together and the numbers together, the it's about 70-30, 70 and positive. Like, yo, Flip did his thing. So once we realized that people are willing to comment or use their platforms to comment something negative because they're not getting the attention that they want, they're not getting the acknowledgement, it becomes null and void. So all I have to do now is just wait for something disrespectful to happen. And if as long as it doesn't happen, man, people get to do whatever they do. I get to do what I do, and we get to move on, man. It's not really that big of a deal. I do make it a big deal because I guess it's unfair for me to do so because of the experience that I've experienced while doing content, because of the issues that I've been involved in or participated in based off my simple comments. I mean, I remember I commented on the guy I thought he used his daughter in Chicago as a shield when the car got shot up at McDonald's, and I got threatened. Not only that, that some nigga from Chicago that know him, I had a face-to-face issue with him back and forth in the city of Manhattan. This is a blog I did a while ago. If you go to my page and say put Chicago Queenzflip, his people's came like, "Yo, you say he used his daughter as a shield. Use it. What's up?" Like, and people got involved. Like these things happen when you do content, and that's I felt like, yo, my nigga, your daughter got killed. Da da da. They was looking for you. That was reckless. Da da da. I said, what I said, and them niggas came at me when they were out here. It happens. So we acting like we're trying to change the. We're trying to change, even though we're supposed to change and grow with it. We can't change what's been going on in hip hop or this type of culture or this culture for years. Every action has a reaction. You say something, it happens. The biggest celebrities to the smallest ones, it happens. Should somebody be allowed to say how they feel? Yes. Should somebody be allowed to critique your work? Yo, I think that you're doing bad. I think that this is the podcast that I love, and your iteration to this podcast is not good. I don't think that I think that you're more, that's their right. But with me, it's like, I don't like you, I don't fuck with you. And these, the powers that may be or the people that's in charge keep bringing your name up. I'm looking for you to say something that's against my morals and principles, and I'm going to see you. That's up to you as a man to say, you know what, I do what I want to do, and I take whatever come with that. Period. It happens to me, it happens to everyone else. And I'm not like I don't people be thinking that when we say these things that yo, we're big and bad. No, we're not big and bad. This shit happens to us. It happens. Joe is an example with the Migos shit, like the Cardi shit. Like we all go through things where we say things where people feel away. That's it. That's the media game that we're in. Should there be peace? Of course there should be peace. Should niggas just let it brush off their shoulders? Of course they should. Let that shit brush off your shoulders. My niggas not that serious. I just say it's the poison that you choose to swallow. You pick your poison. So I just wanted to say that right there. You know what I mean? Because then now when you start to it goes from critique to personal, right? Like it's emotional. So if somebody say, "Yo, all the fans were saying Flip did bad as an A mic," then we look at we look at the views, and you see Melissa Ford coming out saying this. You got the behind the scenes, yo, nigga, you did good, and like that means okay, you speaking from because you don't like Flip, and rightfully so. I wouldn't like a nigga that's keep threatening me. I don't take that person. I wouldn't like a nigga that's threatening or having niggas watch me if I'm going inside these restaurants and niggas is looking at me and making me feel nervous. I gotta reach in my pocket for pepper spray. I don't. I don't. I would be mad too. I use whatever platform and power that I can use to take them down. I don't think a nigga wrong. I'm just saying, yo, leave as long as my family's not mentioned, my son's not mentioned, we good. And I stand on that, and that's it. I don't want to have conversations. I don't want to be cool. I don't want niggas on the show. I don't want to talk to anybody. That's just not my thing. That's not what I want to do. I'm not interested in making amends. I'm not interested because in order to make amends, you have to leave the door open. You got to at least crack the door to make amends, right? You got to crack the door. Like, hey yo, I ain't like what Flip did before, but this is how I feel. This is what I see. You got to crack the door. So if you keep playing, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna show you that you're not willing to play the game I'm willing to play. In order
Yo,
to make amends, oh, I'm almost done. In order to make amends, you have to crack the door. While all you guys are in here saying, yo, be mature, and I respect that, and I appreciate that, right? And I understand that. But at the same time, this is the game that we're in. This is what comes with the territory. And it's either you built Ford tough, shout out to Melissa Ford, or you on that city bike shit. But those are kind of strong
yo,
too. Yeah.
yo, real quick, because I want Jay Wan
Yes.
just came up. Nick Nack had a hand up. Yo, Nick Nack, I want you to go, but
Oh,
yo,
my fault. Shout out to
not,
J1.
yo, Jonay, that was nasty too. That